Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we have got a lineup of jokes for you that are guaranteed to crack you up. Let's straight dive into the fun.
A young couple had just moved into a new neighborhood. The very next morning, as they were eating breakfast by the kitchen window, the wife noticed their neighbor hanging freshly washed clothes on the line. She frowned. "Those clothes don't look very clean. She must not know how to do laundry properly. Maybe she needs a better detergent." Her husband simply sipped his coffee and said nothing. Every few days, whenever the neighbor hung out another load of laundry, the wife made the same observation. "The clothes are still dingy. She really ought to learn how to wash them." Weeks went by. Then one morning, the wife looked out the window and exclaimed, "Wow! Look at that! Her laundry is spotless today. She must have finally figured out how to wash clothes properly. I wonder who taught her." Her husband smiled and quietly replied, "I got up early this morning and cleaned our windows." Bob and his longtime friend Frank decided to take a weekend fishing trip across the state. They loaded up Bob's old pickup with fishing gear, packed a cooler full of snacks, and headed out before sunrise. Several hours into the drive, they were caught in a fierce thunderstorm. Rain poured so hard they could barely see the road. Finally, they spotted a quiet farmhouse and pulled into the driveway. An attractive widow answered the door. Bob politely asked, "Ma'am, would it be possible for us to spend the night here until the storm passes?" She hesitated. "I'd like to help, but I live here alone. People in this town love to gossip." Bob smiled reassuringly. "That's no problem. We'll sleep in your old hay barn and be gone first thing in the morning." After thinking it over, she agreed. The two friends spent the night in the barn, thanked her at sunrise, and continued on their trip. They enjoyed a fantastic weekend of fishing and eventually forgot all about the unexpected stop. About 9 months later, Bob received a letter from an attorney. After reading it twice, he realized it concerned the widow they had met during the storm. Still puzzled, he drove straight to Frank's house. "Frank," Bob asked, "do you remember that widow who let us stay in her barn?" "Of course," Frank replied. Bob lowered his voice. "Did you happen to sneak over to the house that night?" Frank looked embarrassed. "Well, yeah, I did." Bob nodded. "One more question. Did you tell her your name? Or mine?" Frank looked down at the floor. "I, used your name. I'm sorry." Bob couldn't stop smiling. "Don't be. She recently passed away and left me everything she owned." A Sunday school teacher was teaching her class about the difference between right and wrong. "All right, children, let's take another example," she said. "If I were to get into a man's pocket and take his wallet with all his money, what would I be?" Little Johnny raises his hand, and with a confident smile, he blurts out, "You'd be his wife."